I'm gonna make an eye.
At Walden, we know that writing is a complex process that involves many skills and capacities and areas of the brain, and that students have different strengths and stretches when it comes to the different aspects of this intricate system of writing. At Walden, we really try to honor students where they are and give them the help they need to thrive as communicators. So part of the way we do that is through our strong belief in constantly providing professional development for our teachers. So this year we invited Dr. Jamie Chavez, a pediatric occupational therapist who's really an expert in handwriting, to come to campus and work with our teachers on the handwriting aspect of this complex system of writing. We were really thrilled to find out that our commitment to teaching handwriting is really supported by the latest brain research.
Some of what we're seeing in the research related to how handwriting is a very integrative skill, working on multiple areas of the brain, is that there is a very strong correlation between handwriting and language processing, and the language areas of the brain actually light up during the writing process just as much as the motor and the visual areas of the brain. The other key component of handwriting that we don't normally think about is our executive functioning skills, which happen in the frontal lobe. And so you really are engaging a lot of those areas of planning and sequencing and working memory that are all involved in the executive functioning part of the brain. And so you again are having the visual and motor aspects of handwriting integrated with language and executive functioning. So it really is this whole brain activity that is bringing everything together, which is going to create better learning processes across the board in children and not just specific to whether or not they can write.
We do what we call fine motor mania JAWS, and I like to do it as a center so that I have in a short amount of time each child is going to a different center, and they don't even know that they're really exercising their hands. They're just knowing that they're having a lot of fun playing with certain jobs that we have in the classroom. So for example, one job you'll see is very practical life, and it's very Montessori, where they have the buttons and the zippers and learning how to tie and the buckles. And we explain that this is stuff that they need to know how to do because as a K-1 student, we're teaching them to be independent. Another station that we have are with the tweezers and with the clothespins and with the pom-poms, and they love this one. The reason why I choose the tweezers and the different types of tweezers and all that is because I introduce the kids to the tripod grip, where there's 3 fingers that you basically use to hold your pencil. But once again, they need practice and you need to build up those muscles. So the tweezers actually force them just to use the 3 fingers on their hands to manipulate the different pom-poms. Even with the jumbo ones, if you notice on the jumbo ones, it has 1 slot for the thumb on one side and then 2 slots for the fingers on the other ones. And then with the clothespin, which I just discovered through Jamie, that they actually can only use those 3 fingers because they can't open it with a full hand. The very last station is Play-Doh. Now we're asking them to do letters, numbers, and words. And this station is always next to the word wall so they can write out the different word wall words, or they can do their name. And it's really good, like I said, as to warm up those muscles before I'm doing a specific handwriting lesson and building that foundation so that handwriting becomes easier and easier and easier.
Jamie Chavez gave us new tools and techniques to use and shared a lot of information. And some of the research she shared really supports what Walden has been doing from the beginning. Some of the Montessori materials that the K-1 classrooms still use were specifically designed to support the fine motor skills necessary for handwriting. But no Montessori material is ever just for one purpose. This particular job is introduced in a slow, deliberate way to model for students how to approach it themselves.
The purpose of this material is to help develop fine motor muscles by using the 3-finger pencil grip to hold each cylinder. This material also helps to develop the child's attention span, and it indirectly teaches differentiation of size by height, circumference, and diameter. It also helps to develop matching skills.
One of the things that we know in terms of handwriting and activities in general is that proximal stability, so being stable closer to your body, is going to activate distal mobility, meaning further away from your body is going to be more mobile. And really the only time in our lives that we are weight bearing through our arms and through our hands in order to build our shoulder muscles and build our hand muscles, as well as the arches in our hands that also facilitate handwriting grip, is when we're doing tummy time and when we're crawling. And that's a very short period of time in our life. And then we're up on our feet and we're not engaging our shoulder muscles in a way that we're engaging our leg muscles. And the only way that kids can keep facilitating that shoulder strength and that hand strength is through play. And the primary means for this is outdoor play. It's climbing on monkey bars and climbing on rock walls and climbing up the slide, and it's crawling through tunnels and building forts, and all of those different outdoor activities are going to facilitate these stronger shoulder muscles, stronger postural muscles, stronger hand muscles. So again, you can have that mobility in your hands when you're trying to write, so that you feel more stable and aren't focusing so much on keeping a stable posture. You can focus more on the actual writing output itself. Screen time is taking over our society, and it's a big thing that has positive implications, but also a lot of negative implications for kids. Screen time is replacing a lot of activities that kids would otherwise be doing. And the primary activity that is compromised is outdoor playtime. And as we know, outdoor playtime is the main time that kids are able to engage their bodies in strength-based activities and in motor-based activities. Outdoor play is very regulating for children. The other thing that we see when kids are engaging in a lot of screen time is that they're not activating their executive functioning skills, because they're not having to think about and plan and sequence and organize, because all of those things are already written into the programs that they're playing. The other things that are compromised are our sensory motor systems, because the screen is just one type of sensory medium, and so you're taking away from all of the other tactile experiences that they might be having. all of the visual motor stuff and visual perceptual stuff that happens on a screen is just right there in front of you, and you're again not having to engage the other systems around you. You're basically having the child operate in a 2D world, even though the world around them is a 3D world.